Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Aftermath. My name is Ian, and I'm joined
by me. You have entered our personal fallout shelter.
Yes.
Safe from the...
Wait, is that what we're in now?
I mean, it goes along with the theme, doesn't it?
I guess you're right.
Yeah. I think it's I thought that might be a nice touch.
What is it? Brand cohesion, I think is what they call that. Bunch
Little
of
do you know, we're
marketing
just
terms.
chilling out in a bunker somewhere.
Yeah.
The world went to shit long before you could have ever known.
Do you know about ARGs?
ARGs?
Yeah, like alternate reality games that are like I think that's what it's considered, but it's like alternate realities to our own, but they're like in real life. So like we'll be like, for instance, if it's hard to describe, they had a whole lot of them for
You talking about stuff like
Cloverfield had a whole bunch of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
it was
yeah.
a lot of stuff that's in the Cloverfield universe is also kind of in our universe, and there's like certain things you can find in our universe that like hint to that.
I remember they did something like that for Halo 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Gravity Falls has a whole bunch of, and they had like a whole clue.
Oh yeah, they had that whole fucking scavenger.
Yes, exactly. And I think that's
worldwide shit.
I think that's considered an ARG.
Mm-hmm.
But I was saying all that
I
because
would
I
think
was
so.
like,
Disney has enough money to do it.
oh, of course. What I thought would be funny is like if we actually started a podcast on like, and now this is gonna get into like crazy territory real fast.
Really?
But it's like we could do stuff like we're in a bunker, things are not going okay, and it's like we're at such and such place, whatever at this time. Or
You'll
whatever,
never find us.
Yeah, or it's like we start talking like Godzilla's real. We start having a podcast where it's like we start talking about like actual facts. Like
that'd be
it's like,
something.
But anyways, we don't really have anything.
I fucking wish Godzilla was real.
Sometimes we need a hard reset every now and then.
Like, I mean,
he'd
be a worthwhile inclusion to the
world.
world.
Of course. We don't really have anything planned as far as an episode is concerned, but can I say that the last episode we did was Redline?
Mm-hmm. Oh my god!
And what a good. I mean, we're not going to talk too much about it because again, that's the last episode. Obviously, if you want to listen to it, but that
as if you haven't heard enough about it,
that feels like so long ago.
It does.
It has been. I know we have this excuse that we use a lot, or at least I call it an excuse. We all live busy lives.
Yeah,
we're all functioning adults here in this household.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, case in point, Ethan is asleep right now after a hard day's work
as a fucking paramedic.
Exactly, he's a working boy.
Mm-hmm.
I will take the L on this one, and I was doing so many things for Easter week and editing and filming and all the stuff that goes.
A fucking nightmare.
Yes, I work with a church with some of that stuff, or with all of that stuff, to be honest.
And so how they are churches and Easter.
Oh, of course, it's the most important time. It's the number one holiday for them. Of course. Well, so again,
second only to Christmas.
Of course. But needless to say, this week has just been like a whole bunch of just
shit.
Well, I don't want to say shit. I've
some
had a bunch
cool shit, but some shit.
I've had a whole bunch of fun doing the stuff that I've been doing, but it just has been a lot.
Oh yeah.
And no lie, I thought we had one.
I thought we did too.
I thought we had one in the can.
Nah.
And so, any of you guys who listen the day it comes out, we're recording this the night before.
Oh yeah.
So
we're a little late.
Yeah, we usually get this out.
We've kept a good schedule for the most part. At least we've tried to.
Of course, we're not going to get too, behind the curtain about whole.
But it's never been this down to the wire.
Yes,
it's close.
Or it has, but it was like back whenever we first were kind of starting out, and it was kind of
didn't really have anything nailed down.
Exactly, but needless to say, like I said, I will take the L on that one, and I will fess up for being. My mind was not in the right place. I was sitting.
Parent.
I was in the kitchen talking with Dylan, and he's like, "So hey, bud, do we have an episode lined up?" And I was like, "Shit,
no!"
And I was like, "I can't believe I forgot." And I was like, "Oh man!" So that was my fault. But again, I haven't had enough time to even watch anything or do anything. But what we can talk about is a few of the things we've been doing this week, so that way we can at least if for any of you guys out there
buddy,
that just enjoy hearing us talk and have a fun time, this is another one of those episodes where
we just get to talk.
we just get to get down.
You get to listen to our voices and how good and cool they are.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, 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 yo.
Oy, 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 oy. That always gets Dylan laughing.
Fucking
Hey,
dumbass.
hey, stop it.
Dude, any kind of like dumbass baby noise and or silly voice is my fucking weakness.
Oh yeah, dude.
Stupid words comboed with a silly voice. Oh my god. It kills me.
It's like a child. Doesn't
Mhm.
It's simple. It's nice.
It's too simple. That shit shouldn't make me laugh as hard as it does.
I mean, hey, we all have our little things that tickle us in just the right way.
I mean,
I can't think of anything off the top of my head that gets me like that, but there are some things that I don't think should make me laugh that much, but they do.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
a nice trend is words that are spelled incorrectly.
Yeah.
And when you say them, it sounds funny.
Dude,
Like congratulations.
Congratulations. I heard one that I was watching a video, and it was the bass player talking, and he got his friend who was a drummer to like track over stuff, and he was like listening over and kind of watching the video of it, and he just said, "Damn, that guy Derm good."
Derm good. What?
DURM.
Oh my
Derm
god.
good, and I was like, yeah.
I think it gets most people because it's not what you'd expect to just come up in normal conversation, but it just fucking does.
I don't know. I think it was a mixture of the fact that he spelled it wrong, said it incorrectly, but I think it was the fact that he just stared in the camera and like deadpan said like, "Damn, that guy Derm good." And I was like, oh, that was so good. It tickled me.
It's one of the many perks of having your head think faster than your mouth is able to move.
Oh man. One thing that we can talk about, but I'm not going to go into too much detail because again, this came out by the time you guys are hearing this. If you're listening to it when it is coming out, this movie came out basically 2 days ago. We're going to wait at least a week or so that way people have the opportunity to watch it, and then we're going to spoil the hell out of it.
Oh yeah.
But we watched. Can any of you guys guess? Anybody out there?
Anyone who knows me will know.
Oh, anybody who knows both of us. We've talked enough about Godzilla on this podcast.
Oh, yes.
We watched Godzilla versus Kong.
Oh, my God, did we, dude?
Like I said, we're not gonna say anything, but if you guys want some homework to do and if you just want a good time,
go watch that fucking movie right now.
I'm not going to overhype anything. This may not be the cup of tea for everybody.
If you're stupid.
I sat down and paid good money, and I had a great time.
You got your money's
worth. I got my money's worth out of it. If nothing else.
Unless you got a stick up your ass, you're going to enjoy it.
We even shelled out for those like expensive tickets at the XD
IMAX.
super crazy Dolby Digital
the comp
version of the movie. Was worth
every penny.
Oh man, it was so good.
Oh yes.
Anyways, I 100% recommend watching the movie. And if you guys are wanting to listen to us talk about it in the next few weeks or so, I do want to sit down with Dylan and we talk about it.
Oh,
I would like to see it a second time and then talk about it if we can.
We're gonna have to.
I think it'd be really cool.
We need to bring the guys along.
Oh yeah. Like
we need to. If there are any showtimes this Sunday, we're going.
Okay, yeah.
What say you?
I'm down.
That works out with your schedule?
Yeah, works out.
Good. Just want to make sure.
Of course. Anyways. But another thing, I'm not sure we actually talked about this. I think we did in the Redline episode. I've been watching The Big O.
Oh, yeah, we did give it a mention.
I think we kind of mentioned it a little bit, but I still want to talk about it a little bit more. I've been
itching for your take on this show.
I find it so cool. I used to watch the old Warner Brothers Batman. What was it? Was it called just?
Yeah, it was just Batman.
Just
the
Batman
series.
That's what. Okay, Batman the Animated Series. I knew there was like a title that it was like. It was like
so many cartoon Batman shows.
Yes,
they're hard to keep track of.
Yes, but the one I'm talking about used to come on Cartoon Network like all the time.
Oh yeah.
There was also like the Justice League variant of it.
Dude.
It was also really good.
I loved the Justice League Warner Brothers cartoons.
Yeah, dude, it was really
so
good. I also was like I was a big fan of Teen Titans, like the original series.
Real good.
The real good series. regardless, I find it uncanny just how similar a lot of the certain characteristics.
It's like a fucking chimera, dude.
What? It's
They
crazy.
mixed East and West for this show.
Yeah, I think it's so cool. It's a familiar art style to me, but it's also different in its own way.
Oh yeah.
And it's very unique. And again, I just think it's cool. I think it's so fun.
It is beautiful.
I like that it also, for me, I think whenever we talked about it initially, I had said it has a like Scooby-Doo type vibe.
Right.
Like
Monster
as far as
of the week.
Monster of the Week.
Mm-hmm.
I had just said Scooby-Doo because I think that's kind of the first thing that.
It's a fair comparison.
It's the first.
As far as like story progression goes.
Yeah. How do you say that? What's the correct terminology? It's the first show that latched onto my head with that kind of concept.
Yeah.
I know there's probably correlation. It's the first one for me that had the same correlation. There's probably hundreds of shows with the Monster of the Week.
Oh yeah.
I think we even talked about Cowboy Bebop has a sort of sometime a little
story of the week.
Story of the week type
it's
deal.
A very tight formula that can be applied to almost anything.
Yes,
works very well.
And I like the fact that you have got me tantalized for the show to come. Because so in this recent episode or handful of episodes we've watched, we've been kind of watching like in batches of 2 or 3 when we have the time to.
Yeah.
And it's kind of been a Monster of the Week type formula where it's repeatable, very predictable, but interesting each time. And I think that's really cool.
Every now and then they'll give you like little nuggets of the main story.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a through line through all of it, and I think that's really cool.
Just to keep you invested.
Exactly. And you had said like, man, I can't wait until we get like some answers for some questions.
So fucking cool.
And
it is so cool.
And I was like, I thought about it, but again, I have in recent years, you have taught me specifically to not. You're never going to have all of the answers you want when it comes to a story of some kind. Right. And sometimes that's a good thing. And I have, that is a trait that I didn't used to have that I am now becoming more accustomed to, of like, this is a universe. The storyteller is going to tell you what he wants you to know. And sometimes you may get a little curveball and they may tell you a little bit more if he wants to expand on the universe. I got spoiled.
You don't have to know how everything works.
Exactly. But again, a lot of times I like to know how everything works. I'm kind of one of those people that just again I like all the little details you can uncover. Again,
but for the most part with a show like this especially, I don't sweat the small stuff.
Of course. My favorite series that I've watched and have also like been big fans of is Star Wars and like Lord of the Rings. Were like the big ones that have like lore that can make your head spin with how much of like what's
entire books worth.
Oh my gosh. Both, like I said, from the actual author and both author. Sorry, I'm bad at English. From the author himself or herself, and then also like expanded universe that's like from fans and stuff. But like even like I've read some books as well where they kind of go into detail about certain things. Again, just kind of telling you all this to kind of give you like an understanding where my head's at a lot of time when I'm like, give me some more detail. Let's go into the world.
I need to know everything.
The first thing like that I had a hard time wrapping my head around because I wanted more answers and I was not going to get any. Yeah. Was the first time we had a real discussion about Shadow of the Colossus. We had a
oh my god, I remember this.
Yes, we
remember this.
We had a real discussion about it, and at that point in time, it was kind of a turning point to some degree.
Oh yeah,
in my head, or at least.
Oh my god, I remember this.
Yes,
okay, yeah, I was playing the game.
Yes,
like the remaster on the PS4.
Beautiful.
And you were watching it with me.
Yes.
And as I'm going through the game, I'm telling you why I love it. Like the world itself, how it's just this barren, like abandoned.
Yeah.
There's old it's a place where people used to live, and you feel that.
Yes.
There are ruins everywhere, abandoned cities.
Yeah.
It gave me the same feel as whenever I was playing the first Halo.
Yeah.
Walking on the ring with nothing around.
Yeah, you're like, this
place used to be a hustling and a bustling.
Yeah.
Like this, what the fuck happened?
Exactly. And they did such a, like I said, especially, I remember when the first one, I think either came out or like was popular on the PS2. and I had a buddy of mine, his dad used to play all the time.
Yeah.
And I remember watching it and kind of like getting involved, but I was kind of a younger kid, and I was more into like Spyro, Ratchet and Clank kind of stuff anyways. Yeah. But like, this was the first time with the PS4 remake. That is a beautiful game of Shadow of the Colossus. Again,
I don't think anyone could have done it more justice.
Oh, was so good. But if you're talking about a world that was just like begging me to like
peek around the corner
and find
open a door,
find questions to answer, and like, why is this here? What is this? Like, that is the prime example of that. And then whenever you're like, you don't know.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
The wonder is enough for me. I don't need answers.
And for me, I was like, at the time, I was like, that kind of frustrates me to some degree.
It's like, I want to know.
Because I'm like,
what the fuck happened?
There's so much potential here. And it's like, I just want to know, like, what happened or what's going on. And again, that's just something you're ever going to get. Yeah. And I was like, and then in that moment, kind of came to grips with it. I was like, this is a beautiful world. We have a very vague understanding of what's going on here. And you're just thrown into it.
Yep.
And then you have one goal in mind, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it's so simple. Yeah, it's so simplistic, but it's well executed, and it's wonderful. Mm-hmm. And again, that's probably a long-winded tangent to get back around to my point.
It's fucking worth it.
Yeah.
Like I could talk about this game until the fucking cows come home.
Yes,
dude.
Yeah.
Not to mention all the cut content and how there were supposed to be like, what, fucking 42 colossi you had to kill?
That's crazy.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Like I'm saying, like if there was ever a universe that I feel like should have just this limitless cornucopia of knowledge in it, I feel like it'd be one of those, like a universe like that specifically. Mm-hmm. But anyways, like I was saying, to bring it all back around to my point that I was making before, after that conversation, and after a handful of conversations afterwards, where we've watched movies, or we've played certain games, or had discussions about other stuff, I've gotten more okay with the idea of, like I said initially, if the storyteller or the creator has an idea for, like a path that I'm supposed to go on, or he or she is going to tell me all the stuff I need to know about the universe to understand what's happening, hopefully, if it's good storytelling. Mm-hmm. And so far with the Big O, like I said, to bring it all back around, I didn't think that far ahead. Normally I do, but I was just enjoying the kind of Monster of the Week format.
Oh yeah,
the cool animation, big robots punching stuff.
I'm telling you, man, that's how it gets you.
Yeah,
it lures you in with that nice like Saturday morning cartoon feel, and then it fucking hooks you.
Yes,
with the narrative through line.
Yeah, and you're like, oh damn,
like, shit,
I'm all in. I'm all in now. But I think it also helps that, like, I feel like I haven't gotten all the answers yet because I haven't finished the show.
Oh, no, indeed.
But as a watcher and as someone who knows that I'm probably going to get answers in the future, I have, like, used deductive reasoning so far to where, like, one thing I'm loving about the show, and that I've made a realization about that I think I will love as the show progresses, is there's this... In the show, again, for those of you who don't know, there are these domes in the city, and it seems
Paradigm City.
These like certain, either I'm not quite sure. It's like certain like higher class types of people go into the domes.
Yeah, only the elite get to live in the domes.
So there's like this separation of like class, hard separation.
Oh yeah,
of these huge domes,
literally.
But there's this what would you call it? Mass amnesia?
Yeah, the city of amnesia.
City of amnesia, where it's like nobody knows anything beyond a certain point in time.
Some cataclysmic event happened 40 years ago.
And no one talks about it because no one really knows anything about it. No one remembers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's apparent in the show as you've watched the first handful of episodes. Yeah. And one thing I'm realizing is I'm like, the people don't know. No one's talking about it. Our main character doesn't know a whole lot about it. Or anything about it. Mm-hmm. But he's like, his like secondary goal through, or maybe tertiary goal on most episodes is kind of figuring out more about what's going on here. And
like he's not actively seeking the truth. He's just doing his own thing.
And I think that structure in and of itself so far is like perfect for a through line of a story. Is like, at least whatever, like on paper, it's like you have the main primary goal of the episode, monster of the week type thing.
Oh yeah.
But like there's always that like, but what are we here? Like why are we here?
Why did all this happen?
How do we get here? And I think that's what's keeping me. That's how they hook you.
Oh yes.
It's again, not only is the main character involved with you, but it's also like you're going on the journey with him in some degree. It's like whenever he finds out stuff, he's finding it out, and you're also going to find out.
Right.
And it's like that's really cool too.
It's wonderful.
I think that's the kind of the magic and the magic in the formula or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That I've been enjoying so far. Is I'm like you said, I didn't really think that far ahead until you had mentioned something, and then I started really thinking about it, and I was like,
oh, this is one of those.
This is genius. It was whatever. Like I think the last episode we watched, I was like, something happened or like a certain character.
Like it's at a point in this world where memories are treated like a fucking commodity.
Yeah.
That can be sold or bought.
Yes.
It's insane.
Anything from the old world is considered quote unquote
like miraculous.
Yes,
like
exactly.
How the fuck did you find this?
Yeah. And it's like, again, in the previous episode, there's like this city underwater. And they're and in the moment everyone's kind of okay with it, like it's been around.
Yeah, it's just I'm part of the world.
And so as a viewer, again, no one's like, oh, whoa, a city underwater. So I'm like,
it's just the flooded city.
Exactly.
Whatever.
They're accustomed to it.
Yeah.
But again, also when I start thinking like in the future too, like, as a viewer, I'm like, but
how the fuck did it flood?
But
what happened?
Yeah. So I don't. And again, where is that located?
You had to be there.
And that's the thing is like everyone's okay with the idea of a flooded city, but no one really knows the answers as to why. And it's like that is so
I'd
cool.
be screaming my fucking head off if I was in this world.
Oh man, dude, that's crazy.
I'd go insane within like a day.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's so much. I don't know. I am really excited because I feel like this is one of those shows that I feel like it's going to pose questions. And then it's going to let you sit on it for a while, and then I think it's going to deliver. Oh, yeah. I think that's what it's going to feel like. There's going to be a lot of stuff where I'm like, but why? But why? But why? And it's like, but wait. I got
Here's
you.
why.
And then I'm like, oh, damn.
Check this shit
out.
Yeah,
exactly. Ta-da! So that's my...
the payoff is going to be fucking...
dude, I'm excited.
Magnanimous for you, I swear.
But, and of course, with all that, this is also... it's a big robot show masked as like a... detective Batman story.
Yeah, like it's a noir crime drama.
Yes, exactly. And I think that's so cool. I love this Megaduce.
Fucking Roger the Negotiator.
Roger the Negotiator. What a title. I just want to have something that cool.
Roger Smith.
Yeah. What an average name, but way to make it so cool though.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyways.
Seemingly every man.
Yeah.
That unknowingly to us has a giant robot at his
course.
disposal. The Big O.
The Big O.
God. Can we talk about that fucking design, dude?
Gosh. And again, I didn't see it until after you pointed it out. You were like, there is always this like menacing visage that is like this silhouette of...
I should explain that in most giant like mecha anime.
Yes.
They try to frame like the main machine as heroically as possible. You can think of Gundam, with plenty of examples.
Shiny,
oh yeah,
colorful.
But in the Big O, they portray the Megaduce, the Big O, as like this intimidating figure.
Oh man, there's
something
so
that's
many
just as dangerous, maybe even more so than the monsters he's fighting.
Yes, there are these shots where it's like stuff's going on behind him, but it is just this black silhouette with these white piercing eyes, and it's always from like this shot of like you're kind of looking down, and it's always like exactly like
oh my god,
oh it's here, and I think it's so cool.
It's amazing, man.
It's
I can't think of any other shows that have done that before.
Yeah.
But it's so good.
And I think it fits the kind of, like we said before, the noir crime drama vibe where it's like this kind of...
Because even Roger and his butler, Norman, don't know where the Big came from. Like, they've just had him.
Really?
It's like since that event occurred. So they're just like, all right, this
All right, yeah.
I can make this work.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Like, he's just this mysterious figure.
Yeah.
Like, that only adds to it, man. That's so
crazy.
cool.
Yeah, that's so awesome. And I love the fact that, again, I thought you knew this to some degree, but I guess I may have taken a religious perspective on it that you probably didn't have.
Dude.
Was whenever
the religious undertones in this show are like, holy shit.
Yeah. Well,
they're not quite as like
in your
face as Evangelions
yes.
are, but god damn, they're so cool.
I whenever you enter the Big O, there's a scroll that happens across the screen.
An onboard system that judges to see whether you are worthy to pilot.
Yes.
And it is the coolest fucking thing in the show.
And it says, cast in the name of God. And then, of course, it flashes, ye not guilty if you are...
If you're worthy. If you're a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
That can control this God machine.
And at the time, I was thinking about it, and I was like, that sounds awfully familiar.
There's got to be something going on with the wording there.
I have been raised in church around here, so I know pretty good about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was like, are they talking about whenever the crowd was casting stones at
he who was without sin cast the first stone?
Exactly, and everyone dropped their stones and walked away.
Not the Big O.
Not the big. It's like, and then so I was like, so wait a minute, am I hearing that the Big O is saying, cast these stones in the name of God because
you are without sin?
Because you. And I was like,
throw away, motherfucker.
I was like, throw these hands, dude.
Like, he's throwing hammers, dude.
I was like, man, that is so cool. I love that little, I don't know. I just love the permission of like, it just feels like a crusader type moment.
You're good to
I just love
man.
that. Exactly. You have the set of approval from God to freaking throw these hands.
It's like, oh, it's so good.
Cast away, my friend. Man, I just thought I think that's so cool. I love it. I love the design of that. I think it's really fun.
So what do you think of the fights?
I think the fights are really good.
Yeah.
Again, it has like this came out the 90s or the let me fact check.
I want to say 90s.
Let me fact check myself.
If not like late
for
80s.
For like an anime that was in that time period. I think it looks great.
It looks older than the 80s. I mean, newer than the 80s for sure.
Let's see here. 1999. Wow.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that fits the bill.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to gauge.
Yeah.
Based on what it looks like.
Yeah, the final episode was in 2003.
Whew.
Wow, that's crazy. What a long time ago, man.
Oh yeah. God damn.
Yeah, but I've been enjoying it. It's been a lot of fun to watch. I like the what does he say to the android lady?
Oh, his catchphrase?
Yeah, or he's like, if we live in this house, we wear black.
Oh, yes.
Or whatever.
One of his many rules.
Yes. I love that. I just want to make that a rule of the household, too. It's like, if we live in this house, we wear black. That's just the way it is. Oh, man. It's so cool. I think we had touched on this in the last episode, but again, he drives this, like, absolutely massive, it looks like an 80s or 90s, like Buick or something.
Oh, yeah.
But it looks like a car that, like I said, like we said before, like a detective noir type guy would drive. It is just a slab of a car, dude. It is
a thin, like, piece of concrete.
Oh, dude.
With wheels
on it. It is wide and it is long.
Yes. Like, it's not tall.
No.
It is low to the ground. Yes.
But when I tell you, that hood.
Like, I almost can't believe that the thing can drive with the way it looks.
I just love there's like certain shots where he's like whipping around traffic. I'm like, there's no way that thing has
how the fuck are you doing that,
I think
Roger?
Could turn on a dime for it being
Jesus Christ
7 foot long. Oh, dude.
Oh,
it's crazy.
Such a good show.
Yeah. What else is there that we have to watch or I guess are on our list? I know
after this, I think continuing our romp through Gundam.
I was going to say, I know we have to watch.
The next one on the list is 8th MS.
8th MS. And then it's Zeta?
Then we'll do Zeta.
Okay.
It's a bit of a choppy timeline, but that's my fault.
That's okay. I think I'm understanding. I watched the origin. We watched the first series, and I think we're gonna watch 8th MS next.
Yeah.
I think I still
we just finished Stardust Memory.
Yes, I may have to. We may not have to like rewatch the whole series, but I think that when does Stardust Memory?
Stardust Memory happens in 0083,
and then that happens before 8th MS, or is it after?
After a good bit after.
Yeah, and that's in between Zeta, I guess.
Yes.
Okay,
just before Zeta. Actually.
So I may just get like as we finish 8th MS, I may just get like a plot synopsis of what happens in Stardust Memory again, just that way I'm going back into it with a fresh understanding, and then we'll watch Zeta.
Dude, that shit's gonna hit you like a fucking truck.
And you said everything's downhill from Zeta?
Oh yeah. Everything was downhill from Stardust Memory.
Oh, I was already going downhill in Stardust Memory.
Oh yeah.
I felt bad for our boy. Oh,
fucking dude.
Oh, man. Poor guy.
I really hope he just retired and lived a happy life.
Gosh.
Not with that fucking bitch Purpleton.
Oh, Purpleton.
Ugh.
I hate that. I mean, it's so frustrated. I was like,
fucking, like,
how dare.
I get that you had a fucking fling with Gato for a while there, but come on, lady.
Come on.
You had a nice thing going with this young man. You're really gonna fucking threaten him at gunpoint.
Yes.
when your old flame is about to land a colony on the planet again. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. Threatened to take his life.
He's a fucking not even borderline. He's just a fucking radicalist.
Oh gosh, dude.
A terrorist.
It would be one thing if he got put in jail and all that stuff happened. And I think I said this before. I probably said it on the podcast. And for all of those of you listening out there who've heard this before, I'll say it again. That guy got out of that whole situation. He got the short end of the stick.
Oh, yeah.
And he got put in jail because, again, I think he was kind of going AWOL to some degree. I think is what they kind of consider.
Definitely.
Which, again, in the moment, I don't blame him. Don't blame him at all.
He was trying to save the fucking...
of course.
Save a continent.
Exactly. But to add insult to injury, when that bitch Purpleton showed up...
Rides up in a goddamn Jeep.
Rides up...
Like she's on a fucking safari.
And trying to act all buddy-buddy with her boy getting out of prison. I was like, I don't know.
I know. You did not come up here to try and get back with me.
You got the audacity.
I'm going to kill you. I'm going back to jail.
Dude, I'm going back to jail. You may as well lock me up right now. I'm about to freaking knock this girl out. I was like, that was the part where I was like... And the show...
That ending sequence even started out all nice with him taking a trip down memory lane, going back to Torrington Base.
Yes.
Like, man, just reflecting on everything that happened.
What a fun time.
And then his best fucking friend Keith shows up in a Gelgoog and is like, hey, man, what's up?
Yeah. Oh, dude.
And then this fucking bitch rides up.
I was like, man, I hope the showrunners weren't trying to plan on us having some kind of sympathy for her, because I was like, get this hoe out of here. I don't know who. And like I said, and then to really hurt my feelings, the show ends. And I was like what the fuck was that? And then the show ends because then he then pulls a Glock on her and knocks her ass out.
I hope that's what he did.
Dude, I was like, how do you go from betraying me at gunpoint?
Do you know what you did to me?
And then just showing up uninvited to my exit of prison. That I think was unwarranted, mind you. Gosh, dude, that's so messed up.
I went to jail because of you.
I went to jail because of you. You almost killed me. You almost knocked out a whole continent, you dumb... yeah, exactly. So if that doesn't give you a nice...
I hate it. I hate that fucking bitch.
Tease as to what happens at the end of Stardust Memory.
If you want a show that'll give you a good character to hate, you can watch Stardust Memory and you'll be satisfied.
Or the new Godzilla vs. Kong movie.
Oh, God. No, but see, that one fixes it by...
Whoa,
shit! No, God!
You didn't hear anything.
Cut that out, please. Oh, God.
I'm keeping that in. Oh man.
Oh,
you guys just have to watch the movie. Oh, that's so good.
Well, no, they're gonna fucking
no,
know.
no,
now.
they're not. They're not. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh god, I'm so
They didn't fix
stupid.
anything. They
I'm a
didn't
big
fix anything.
Stupid face. Oh, no.
At least you caught yourself. You were like,
barely.
oh man, that's so good. I watched you like run up to that edge and then stop yourself right before you
God.
jumped off.
Fuck. It's so hard.
At least now you
want to talk about the movie.
At least now you know. Everyone go watch Godzilla vs. Kong. If you got anything out of this episode, go watch Godzilla
Being
vs. Kong.
slow, go see the fucking movie.
It's so good, dude. Anyways, thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining me, Dylan, on this little conversation.
You're welcome.
This little romp around all the new things we've been watching.
Ugh, so much stuff.
Do you have any idea of what you want to watch for next week?
More.
Well, there you go, people. Okay. If you
More.
if you're trying to find us, we have a link tree /Ian Wolffe. You can
If you're
find.
trying, stop.
Please
you
try.
won't.
Please try and find us. It's okay.
I dare you.
I'm trying to make it more accessible. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. It's just The Aftermath or The Aftermath Podcast. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, it gets lonely down here.
In our bunker. We're currently in a bombshell bunker.
Yep, it's the only place we can find.
Yep. That's okay.
Still got all my models.
It's really hard to, with not a lot of internet, you know,
Yeah.
cell service and whatnot.
You should be thankful that you can even hear us right now.
It's quiet here somewhere. Until next time,
See ya.
bye-bye.